Okay, Maggie, this is a great question. These two creatures have fascinated readers for thousands of years, and they're mentioned not only in the Book of Enoch, but also in the Bible. So let's take a deep dive. Let's start with Behemoth. In the Book of Enoch, Behemoth is described as an enormous creature set apart to dwell in a wilderness region. It represents incredible strength and power on land, and the name also appears in the Book of Job, where God describes Behemoth as one of his great works, so powerful that no ordinary human can control it. Scholars have suggested everything from a hippopotamus to an elephant to an extinct prehistoric animal. Others believe Behemoth is symbolic, a literary way of representing the untamed power of creation. Now, let's talk about Leviathan. Leviathan is described as dwelling in the depths of the sea. Throughout the Hebrew Bible, Leviathan is portrayed as a mighty sea creature that no human can overpower. In some passages, it's a terrifying creature of the deep. In others, it becomes a symbol of chaos, opposition, or the forces that resist God's order. What's fascinating is that in the Book of Enoch, Behemoth and Leviathan are separated. One rules on the land, one inhabits the sea. It's almost as if they represent the greatest untamed powers of creation in two different realms. So are they literally creatures? Some readers believe they were real animals described with poetic language. Others see them as symbolic figures representing chaos, evil, or powers beyond human control. Still, others view them through the lens of the ancient Near Eastern literature, where sea monsters and great beasts often symbolize the uncontrollable forces of the world. The Book of Enoch does not settle that debate. Instead, it emphasizes something even more important. No matter how powerful these creatures appear, they are still part of God's creation. They aren't equal to God. They don't threaten God's authority. They exist under God's command. And I think that's one of the biggest takeaways from this passage. Sometimes we all have our own behemoths and leviathans in our life, things that feel too big, too overwhelming, or completely beyond our control. But the message of Enoch isn't that those things don't exist. It's that God's authority is greater than anything that appears impossible to us. That's why these chapters have fascinated readers for centuries. What do you think? Do you believe Behemoth and Leviathan were literal creatures, symbolic representations of chaos, or something entirely different? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment, and don't forget to watch for the next part, where we dive into these chapters even further. And if you have questions, put them in the comments, and I'll make a video and answer them for you.